pulsed electromagnetic field therapy is, why you would use it, what it is all about, and how it can help you. So at a basic level, PEMF is cellular energy medicine. So it is affecting not a specific condition, it is affecting individual cells in the body and helping them to communicate. So PEMF, I'm going to try not to get too technical today. I will do future videos where we discuss more of the physics and the technology behind it. But today is just going to be a high level video just to kind of introduce you to PEMF. And then I encourage you to come back and check out this channel, subscribe to it so that you can get videos in the future that will come with some more details you might be looking for. But just at the basic level, PEMF uses low frequencies that are in the range of human health. So often you find devices that will use something that is 100 hertz or less. Sometimes even they stay under 30 hertz. So this matches with what we see on the Earth, with the Earth's own heartbeat, which has been named the Schumann resonance. You can see that that's very low, only 7.83 hertz, which can change depending on where you measure it, and around the world it is impacted by the Earth's own magnetic field and also from lightning or other conditions on Earth. And again, we see that these PEMF machines, the frequencies used are matching our brainwave states. So as we move from sort of REM sleep to the dream state, up to wakefulness, and then alert, and then very focused if we have to do a task, all of those range from 0 to the 100 hertz. Individual organs and tissues in our body will also have their own varying frequencies that they resonate with and that are healthy for that cell. So depending on the device that you might come across, the frequencies may be pre-programmed for specific applications. So it might be based on treating a brain, or might be based on treating a specific health condition. Other machines might come with a pre-programmed pulse induction or flux rate that just pulses at a different intensity that then goes to a different rate. Other machines you might find have multiple frequencies, a main one that's being played, and then in the background they'll have another one that is just playing in the background. So intensity does matter. There is some debate in the field about whether frequency or intensity is what matters. I tend to believe intensity is pretty important. So we measure it either in Tesla or Gauss. And the reason I would say that it is important for intensity is because when you look at a lot of studies done on PEMF, the ones that don't show dramatic results is a lot of times they're using very low intensity machines. It is sort of understood that to get a effect in the body, you need a minimum of 15 Gauss to create an action. So when you think of intensity, it is the amplitude or the power of the wave as it moves across in the hertz. There is something called an inverse square rule. So this, in basic terms, without getting into the physics of things, is just that it drops off very quickly from the source. So if you have an applicator, where when you're touching the surface of it, it'll be a very high intensity, but as it moves 1 inch, 2 inches, the field drops off very quickly. Right? So with that in mind, we have to think about if we want to penetrate an entire body. So, you're thinking of your brain 6 inches, 8 inches across, a body if you're trying to get into the liver or some other area, you would have to start with a pretty high intensity so that by the time you reach that target tissue, you still have the 15 Gauss that you're required to get some kind of movement of that cell. When we think about the geomagnetic field of the Earth, the Gauss is between half a Gauss to 1 Gauss, depending on the latitude of the Earth and where you're measuring. So the low intensity devices that are on the market, and there are a lot of them, you see that they're less than 1 Gauss. And I haven't used any of these machines personally, so I don't have personal experience, but I do feel like there would be some therapeutic benefit to this, but that it would only be similar to what you might find if you were to garden or walk in the park barefoot. And if you're lucky enough and you live near water, that maybe when you walk on the beach, that feeling you have that you get refreshed. So the actions of PEMF are what makes it so amazing. So it works at the cellular level and it charges the cells with the maximum voltage that it requires. It provides negative ions to the cell, which enhance the cell's membrane structure. So the form of it takes a nice round shape, and also the potential of that cell, because once the cell membrane is structured well, the ion pumps are open. This is where you can get detoxification. This is where you can have nutrients in and anything that you want to detox out. The cells just work better, and they can carry out the function that they're supposed to. And the cell-to-cell communication, it just becomes more efficient, right? And healthy cells, they'll just ignore the field. So as the healthy cells see the magnetic field, they just ignore it. It just moves right past them because they don't require anything from it. So this is what makes it so safe, because you can't really overdo PEMF. So the therapeutic applications of PEMF, it's a lot to try to cover at one time, because we have so many different potential applications. So due to the basic mechanism at the cellular level, PEMF can impact any issue in any cell in the body. So the early uses of PEMF were seen in fracture patients where their fractures wouldn't heal. And then later it moved into depression or other psychological conditions, which you can see based on the fact that our brain waves are in this range of hertz. It makes sense that we can impact the brain. So if you're looking for studies and research about your particular condition, I encourage you to go onto PubMed or just do a Google search, because there is a litany of studies that have been done, and that is just exponentially growing as these types of cellular energy tools are growing in the field, and people are starting to seek out alternative treatments where they feel that they haven't really gotten the effect they needed from allopathic or Western medicine. So some of the areas that people have focused a lot in the research is in pain, seeing as that's a huge issue for a lot of people in the world. Inflammation, which is really the driver of most disease. Neurological conditions, circulation, because it does affect the stickiness of blood and the rouleau effect. Stem cell activation has been a big area, detoxification, how to regenerate any tissues and help the cells of the body regrow, and obviously psychology because of those brainwave states. So if you are wondering if PEMF can help you with your specific condition, yeah, it can. So because it doesn't treat a particular condition or disease state, it treats the cell. So your body, once it has the energy and the charge that is required, it can heal itself. So your body, it does have innate wisdom and does have the ability to heal if you do all of the other lifestyle factors. I mean, a healthy diet and sleeping well, and maybe if you need to supplement your diet. And, for some people that are still sick, I mean, it's still a good idea to take any of your prescriptions or follow your doctor's advice for your conditions. But PEMF isn't a contraindication for any of those things. You can still work on all of those other things, and the PEMF will just help your body to process all of those things better and to adapt better and to heal itself. So today, again, this was just a quick overview. There'll be more videos that will follow up that will go into specific conditions, the technicalities of PEMF, and any topics that people might be wanting to cover and review. I personally do treat people in Newmarket, Ontario. So you can always go to my website and look me up if you'd like to work with me. If you have any questions even, you can call me and maybe I can help as a resource to direct you somewhere else. But if not, you can look somebody up in your area. I think that this is something that is starting to grow and it becomes easier now to find. So I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you're looking for more content and more information. Otherwise, have a great day and thank you for listening.